All right, students, continuing on with our ACT. Again, watch video 1. I showed you which ACT test it is and where to find it online. Here we go, folks. We have this. Again, you can find it online. Practice yourself first. Read the question first as well here. We have a trapezoid. What is the area in square inches of the square drawing of the park? Okay, so just got to look here. First off, unless you remember, this is not given to you, that the area of trapezoid is 1/2 height times base 1 plus base 2. If you do know that, you have everything you need to know. If you don't know that, this is what you're going to have to do. And honestly, in high school, I would have not remembered that. Nice thing about this trapezoid, I can make it into a rectangle and then a triangle. So the rectangle is 28 by 16. 28 times 16 plus the triangle is 1/2. Base, what's the base? If this whole thing is 40 and that's 28, the base is 12 times the height, 16. Again, the order doesn't matter. If you multiply and add those two together, you get 544. The proposal includes installing a fence on the perimeter of the park. What is the perimeter in feet of the park? Okay, so you got to be careful. An inch represents 1.5 feet. So let's first off find the perimeter in inches. That plus that plus that plus, I just need this, 12, 16, Pythagorean theorem, 12 squared plus 16 squared is x squared, which I did right there. You get 20. So that's 20. Add up those four numbers, 28, 16, 40, and 20. You get, what do you get? You get 104. Students can be like, yeah, I did all that work at C. No, you got to multiply it by 1.5 because 1 inch represents 1.5 feet. So it's 156 feet. Be careful. The length of the south side of the park is what percent of the length of the north side? Notice they're all bigger than 100. So the south side is 40. North side is 28. Doesn't matter if you multiply them both by 1.5. The ratio is going to be the same. 40 divided by 28 is 1.4257. 1.14257. 1. It repeats. Anyway, multiply by 100, you get that percent, 142 and 6/7%. All right. Let's then, holy cow, then we get to these. So these kind of word problems that go with 2 or 3 questions, you'll have 2 of those. It doesn't often happen where they're back to back. Sometimes one's in the first 20, sometimes the next one's, in the 40s. Anyway, they're both on the medium side here. And so you're going to get what I call these kind of like word problems, these story problems, that have multiple questions that go with a certain drawing or whatnot. You have 2 of those in every ACT. Math. All right. First off, here's what's going on. A lot going on. Sometimes it's best just to read the problem first. 3-foot wide walkway outside the cabin. Here's the walkway, so here we go. What's the area in square foot of the top surface of the walkway? So what's the area of the walkway there? So what you're going to do is I can figure out the area of the entire outside. It is what? Do we have? No, be careful. So the whole thing is 30. Whole thing here is 36. So 36 times 30 minus, I want to subtract this white part here, which is 30 by 24. So the white part has an area of 720. The whole outside here, this whole part has an area of 1080. So subtract the 2, 360 is the area of the walkway. Mrs. Smith will install a ceiling fan in each room of the cabin. We'll place curtains over the 4 windows. Each room of the cabin, well, it kind of gives you everything you need to know here. Each ceiling fan has a price of $52. Okay, there's 3 rooms, $156. The price of the curtains for a small window is that, and the price of the curtains for a large window is twice that. Okay, so you're going to have, what do we got here? S, L. Okay, price each curtains for each, so you got 3 total window, let's see. Place over 4 windows where, I'm sorry, you got 3 of the small ones. There it is. 3 small, 1 large. 3 small, 1 large. 3 small, in just case you missed it. I missed it. Small, 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 large. 3 small, 1 large. Okay, so 3 at $39.50 and 1 at $79. And that's the cost of the windows. That is the cost of the fans. Total cost is closest to $354. The Smiths plan to roof the cabin on 2 consecutive days. 20% chance of rain each day. Assuming that the chance of rain is independent of the day, what is the probability it will rain both days? 0.2 times 0.2 is 0.04. 4% chance it's going to rain both days. Just had one like this in the calculus review unit here. Which of the following is an irrational number? Just applies from Algebra 2, so if you're going to take that class, yes, this is going to be a hard one. Okay, I've shown the work on all of them. K is going to remain irrational at 3 root 2. Again, the math test on the ACT is the only one that really goes from easier questions to harder questions. So after 30, they could be a little bit challenging. I'm going to draw a right triangle here. Now, tangent ratio, so it goes through, goes through 10, 4. That means it goes to the right 10x up 4y. Tangent ratio is opposite over adjacent, so it's 2/5. 4 trick questions, folks. That is a trick question. 40, the equation has 2 solutions. Those solutions are equal to solutions to which of the following. So first off, you need to subtract 3 from both sides. This is the equation we would be working with in Algebra 2 early on in that first semester. So how I would solve this is I would set 2x minus 8 equal to 2. All right, you see that in both J and K, so I've got a 50-50 chance right now. Then I would set 2x minus 8 equal to negative 2. All right, so it can't be J. Now, K looks odd because that's not exactly what I said, but if you multiply in this right here, let's get the blue in there. If you multiply this equation by negative 1, then you'll have, the opposite of this is equal to a positive 2, which is exactly what the second equation in K has. All right. Let's take a look at 41. Yep. Okay, so the cumulative, all right, so it's a 12, so 12 students basically got between a 70 or below. Then 1 student got between a 70 and an 80. Then 6 students got between an 80 and 90. And then 2 students got between a 90 and 100. How many students have a test score in the 71 to 80 interval? 13 minus 12 is 1. It's an odd way to kind of tally up scores, but there you go. Folks, you are given that the sound intensity is 1,000 times the value of K. Sound intensity, that's I. So we're going to put 1,000 there. Log base 10, the implied base is 10 from Algebra 2, of 1,000 is 3. Log base 10 of 1,000 is 3. You can type in log 1,000 in your calculator to get 3. So 10 times 3 is 30 there. Mario plays basketball on a town league team. The table shows scoring stats for last year. I mean, this is crazy that he shot 90% from, 2-point range, but only 75% from the free throw line. Okay, I didn't write this question. Anyway, how many points? So free throws, which are 1 point, 75% of 80, 0.75 of 80 is 60 points there. For a 2-point field goal, 90% of 60 is 54, but they're worth 2 points a pop, 108 points there. 25% of quarter of 60 is 15 threes. Made 3 of them, you get 45. Add them up, 213 points. Okay, on 45. So what's the transformation? So what you do is you set the inside equal to 0, and we would have graphed these in Algebra 2. And graphing those, we found the vertex was 6 to the right, up 0. So it is a translation to the right 6 units. If it's a horizontal shift, it works opposite. That minus 6 means in order to put it back, you'd have to 0, 0, you'd have to add 6 to x. All right. 45. Toby wants the volume of a toy, solid toy soldier. Wants to find the volume. If it was a rectangular container, 8, 6, and 10 with water to a depth of 4. So that's the actual height is 4. Toby submerges the toy soldier. The height of the water goes up to 2.6. So it's still 8 by 6 at the base, and the height is now 2.6. Multiply those together, and 125 is what it's closest to the volume in cubic centimeters of the toy soldier. Interesting question. All right, and moving on. Holy cow, what do we got here? Okay, so from geometry, you've got a cube, 18 by 18 by 18. So if you want to find the cubic inches of packing material, it's everything on the outside of that. So you need to take the cube's volume and subtract this thing right here, the circular cylinder's volume. So it's got to be 18 times 18 times 18 minus something, so it can't be F and G. And the volume of a cylinder is area the base times height. The base is a circle, so pi radius squared times the height. The radius is 6, so that's why it is J. Volume of the cube minus volume of the cylinder is what I have written down here. Again, it's in the 40s. It ain't going to be easy. Okay. A room has a rectangular floor that is 15 feet by 21 feet. What is the area in square yards? Okay, a few different ways you can do that. So first off, 15 feet is 5 yards. 21 feet is 7 yards. 5 times 7 is 35. You could also just find the area, 15 times 21, and divide it by 9. Because if 3 feet is 1 yard, then 9 square feet is 1 square yard. You get 35 no matter what. It's kind of an easy question for the 40s. And that's a good spot to stop for video number 3 of this Yak Math Videos, signing out.